Today we are going to study a new chapter, an Indian American woman in space, Kalpana Chawla. In the beginning of this chapter, an introduction is given about Kalpana Chawla and also some words and phrases. You may find out their meaning from the dictionary. Kalpana Chawla was an astronaut who became the first Indian woman to go into space. According to her, a dream can be a reality provided one works for it courageously. The chapter starts with a newspaper report in which it says about the tragedy happened on 1st February 2003, killing all seven-member crew. They had stayed in orbit for 16 days and conducted 80 experiments. Before their downward journey, it ended in a tragedy and it took all of their lives. Before beginning the explanation, you should know about the meanings of certain terms like astronaut, aeronautical engineering, aerospace engineer, etc. An astronaut is a person who travels in space, that is beyond the Earth's surface. Aeronautical engineering is the study of the techniques of operating an aircraft. Now, aerospace engineer is responsible for the research, design, production of aircraft and aerospace equipment, satellites and missiles. Look at the first paragraph. Kalpana Chawla said that she never dreamed as a child in Karnal that she would cross the frontiers of space. It was enough that her parents allowed her to attend engineering college after she graduated from Tagore School. Kalpana Chawla said that she never dreamed that she would ever travel in space in her life. Being born in a small city like Karnal in Haryana, it was enough that her parents allowed her to attend engineering college after she graduated from Tagore School. After a Bachelor of Science degree in aeronautical engineering, against great opposition from her father, she went for a master's degree to the United States of America. Kalpana had bigger dreams. After a Bachelor of Science degree in aeronautical engineering, her father did not allow her to further study in America. But she went for a master's degree in America. She later earned her PhD in aerospace engineering. Kalpana Chawla was the first Indian American woman astronaut to blast off from the launch pad at Cape Canaveral, Florida, and participate in a successful mission in space. She earned her PhD in aerospace engineering. PhD is a degree awarded to people who have done advanced research into a particular subject. She was the first Indian American woman astronaut to take off from the launch pad at Cape Canaveral, Florida, and participate in a successful mission in space. Her family from India cheered along with staff at the Kennedy Space Center as they watched the Columbia liftoff. Columbia is the name of the space shuttle in which Kalpana Chawla went on her first space mission. Kalpana was born in Karnal, Haryana, but was a naturalized US citizen married to flight instructor John Pierre Harrison. Naturalized US citizen means as she married to John Pierre Harrison, he is an American, so she's got the citizenship by rule. Besides being an astronaut, she was licensed to fly single and multi-engine land airplanes, single-engine seaplanes, and gliders. She was also a certified flight instructor. After qualifying as a pilot, Kalpana began to consider another challenge, applying to NASA's Space Shuttle program. NASA is an American-based government agency and works in scientific discovery, aeronautics, space, research about Earth, etc. She was first hired as a research scientist at NASA In 1994, she was selected by NASA for training as an astronaut. She was the first who got employed as a research scientist at NASA. And in 1994, she was selected for training as an astronaut in NASA. When asked what it was like being a woman in her field, she replied, I really never ever thought while pursuing my studies or doing anything else that I was a woman or a person from a small city or a different country. I pretty much had my dreams like anyone else and I followed them. And people who were around me, fortunately, always encouraged me and said, if that's what you want to do, carry on. When Kalpana Chawla was asked about her feeling of being a woman astronaut in her field, she replied that she never thought that while continuing her studies or doing anything else that she was a woman or she belongs to a small city or from different country. She never kept in her mind that a girl cannot do this kind of work or society will criticize. She had great dreams like others. Courageously, she followed her dreams. People in surrounding motivated her to carry on her work. She was always encouraged by the people around her. Kalpana's first space mission in the Space Shuttle Columbia was 15 days, 16 hours, and 34 minutes long. During this time, she went around the Earth 252 times, traveling 10.45 million kilometers. The crew included a Japanese and a Ukrainian astronaut. The crew performed experiments such as pollinating plants to observe food growth in space and tests for making stronger metals and faster computer chips, all for a price tag of about $56 million. Kalpana's first space mission in Colombia, it took 15 days, 16 hours and 34 minutes long to complete. She went around the Earth 252 times, traveling 10.45 million kilometers. She and her companions conducted experiments like pollinating plants to find food growth in space, tests for making stronger metals, faster computer chips, etc. Total expenditure for all this was $56 million. On the Saturday night, when the news about the Columbia disaster broke, there was shock and disbelief. The town of Colonel spent a sleepless night as thousands of households stayed glued to their television sets in the hope that Kalpana and the crew had somehow survived. A journalist wrote, she was a heroine. It takes enormous ability to become an astronaut. You need to know a lot about everything from biology to astrophysics to aeronautical engineering. In this age of super specialization, you must have encyclopedic knowledge to be an astronaut. Her achievement is awe-inspiring. During her return journey to Earth, the space shuttle broke apart in flames, killing all the 7 crew members on board. The town of Karnal spent a sleepless night as they hoped that Kalpana and the crew members had somehow survived. People became very upset and shocked. They were not able to believe the news about Columbia disaster. Many people watched the television anxiously, set in hope that Kalpana and the crew had somehow survived. But afterwards, it became clear that she died along with her companions. A journalist wrote about Kalpana Chawla that she was a heroine. Journalist means a person who writes for newspaper, magazine, or prepares news to be broadcast. And to become an astronaut, it takes a lot of ability, potential, and thorough knowledge for every subject. In this age of super specialization, you need wide knowledge to become an astronaut. Her achievement is really amazing. For millions of young Indians, the story of Kalpana Chawla, a girl from a small town who touched the skies, had become an inspiration. In a message that she sent from abroad, the space shuttle Columbia, to students of her college in Chandigarh, Kalpana said, "The path from dreams to success does exist. May you have the vision to find it, the courage to get onto it. Wishing you a great journey. There will surely be many who start off on this journey to fulfill their dreams." Kalpana Chawla had become an inspiration for millions of young Indians and especially for girls because she was a girl from a small town Karnal who became an astronaut and touched the skies. From the space shuttle, she sent a message to students of her college in Chandigarh that the path from dreams to success does exist. May you have the vision to find it and courage to get onto it. There is a way from dream to success. For that, one may have the vision to find it out and courage to get into it. Kalpana Chawla, she created history and became an inspiration for everyone. With courage and vision, you can make your dream into reality. Surely, there will be many people who is wishing to start off this journey to fulfill their dreams.